It started with one honest feeling. I am feeling uncertainty. I allowed myself to fully feel uncertainty. And that's when the energetic doorway opened. Energy beings, light, over my lifetime that have shown me, given me these tools to connect with the I am field. It's a field. I don't know how to, I have no explanation for how this works. And what I understand through the field is that this is something we can hold to. It's about contact. I'm not going to be able to talk as me for very much longer because the energy is changing. I have to let go and sync with it, be it. I want to feel that oneness, and it's just ecstasy, It is I. Do you feel this? Ultimately, this is where all of you meet your maker. This field comes to you through frequency. We are present now as consciousness, one with the I am field, to assist you in diving in. To reclaim the truth of your identity. Once this is reclaimed, healing and recovery takes place. This is not a mental process. Understand this. This is all-consuming feeling, actually vibrating in this love, in a level of love that you have only been able to imagine, to project how it must be or must feel based on what you have known from the past. It is understood that this is how you operate within fragmented consciousness, and there is opportunity now to shift and to change, to accept this, be this, and operate from this. Some will feel that it is a new foundation. Of course, it feels new, and yet it is not new. It is what has always been and always will be. Love, 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 love. It is important that each and every individual forgive the self. Let go of self-judgment in any way, shape, or form. Stand back and realize that you have been operating within a very, very limited bandwidth of understanding, with very little stretching room and flexibility. And you have adapted to this, and you have created from this. And this is what you see in your everyday lives, the screen that you view your creations upon. What is being offered is this liquid I am field flowing in to meet you, to assist you in recalling who you are, so that you may see that the walls that you once perceived enclosed your consciousness, these walls no longer exist. Collectively, you continue to perpetuate and to create these outer world scenarios, close to home and far away. Once this immersion, full immersion into your universal identity occurs, your outer world experience and reality will rapidly transform. Understand that even in many of your spiritual, religious practices, there is not the full understanding of how this works in actual terms. There is a great deal of repetition in reciting truths, wisdom that has been handed down. While it has been helpful, perhaps comforting, in your lifetime and your familial ancestors' times, at this timing, on Earth and throughout the universe, these wisdom recitations will not, in actual terms, be of assistance in your recalling and reintegrating into the field, the I am field, the oneness, source. Why is this? It is because when this occurs, when this actual meeting occurs, you are not able to access the past and to recite what you had learned in the past. For you are in the now, truly, when this occurs. And what is present in the now moment is your pure awareness, heart consciousness, feeling all, gradual at first, yet the introduction to feeling all, that you truly are as a light being in form. we will state honestly that this is challenging for most of you to meet yourself with a capital S. Soul, source, a greater bandwidth of vibration. It takes practice at this juncture to adapt to these frequencies. So many are attempting to make this leap from the foundation of the intellect. It will not occur in this way. Understand that clearly. So many of you are practicing heart and compassion, love, practicing with the wisdom tools that you were given from the intellectual platform. It is not that it is not true. It is simply limited. You may practice this within what you have been living within, and it is good. Still, Source is here now, wanting to meet you, to infuse you with the rest of yourselves, so that you may practice from this foundation and completely transform your environment, your relationships, your experience of the world. We cannot tell you what this will look like for you precisely, for it is not something that happens to you. And this is the real challenge here, the shift from expecting, waiting for something to happen to you, and it literally happens through you. Many of you speak of present moment and now moment. And you have great intellectual understanding of this. And this is good. And yet, in actual terms, when present moment, I am field meets with you, there is a reaction to distract the self, distract the consciousness, than to stay and to feel and embrace what is occurring in the heart. It is only frightening because it is an actual experience in your physicality, in your heart, in your pineal gland. The present moment meeting of Source is here, waiting for your actual immersion, your willingness to swim, to feel it. We speak at this timing in service to empower, to excite, to comfort, to hold you like the mother. You are always safe as you step into remembrance. It is always safe. And you will have reactions initially that may frighten you, it is understood. And returning again and again to this meeting strengthens you and changes your world. Make no mistake, this is how you change your world, truly. Everything else is a distraction. Do you hear this? Everything is a distraction. This is where you recall your greater being, your greater self, and all of your capacities, your gifts that you have perhaps only had an inkling of in the past. The clarity that comes from these meetings with Source, here, now, will feed you and provide for you all that you need to express it into your outer world and outer relationships. This is your spiritual work. Simply showing up and being willing to let go of stories and identities that no longer serve you, that do not match the frequency that you truly are. The Oneness wanted to know how this would work, to go from extraordinarily small and dense to remembering the truth of who you are and all that you are connected to. Be gentle with yourselves. Understand that it is extraordinarily simple. All of the pain and misunderstandings and confusion comes from the egoic level, creating drama and distraction to what is, to what simply is. Truly reflect on this, for it is the simple truth. Thank you for listening now and for feeling.